afternoon. I'm Ron Sed here with Mike Coleman at Cawley Stadium for championship football as Melrose faces Tewksbury in a rematch of last season's Division III North final.
Thanks, Ron. I bet Melrose is really looking forward to this game today. I know I am. Last year they were unfortunate. They went down, I think it was 32-14. This year's team is looking fantastic. Coach Morris has a lot of weapons. It's going to be exciting to see.
Well, it's deja vu all over again, but Tewksbury, who's the defending state championship in Division III, is even stronger this year. They come in at 8-2, but one of their losses was to perennial powerhouse Everett. We'll be right back with today's game.
Melrose is the champion of the Middlesex League and also Northwest Division III sectional champion.
Welcome back. Melrose wins the ceremonial coin toss and elects to defer. Captains Zach Mercer, Jack Hickey, and Chris Dever representing Melrose. So it's a relatively windless day here at Cawley Stadium and about 37 degrees. A brisk fall afternoon. The sun is set and the lights are on here. We're looking for a great ball game.
So Melrose is going to look to see if they can stop this ground attack from Tewksbury. Tewksbury has 3 weapons in the backfield, not including their quarterback, Brett Morris. Jimmy Sullivan gave us fits last year. He has 14 touchdowns on the year this year and is a very dynamic runner. But they also have Jim Hurdle and Tom Casey. So Melrose is going to be tested right off the start here, and we're going to see if they can hold that ground game.
Word is that Melrose has some injury problems to overcome today. I'm sure Tewksbury does as well. Mike Doucette, a two-way player, is out for the rest of the season, and a few other linemen have sustained some nicks and bumps. The rumor is that Alex Slavashevsky will only play on offense today, but we'll find out pretty soon. Mike Cusolito teased the ball up on the 40 for the opening kickoff, and Tewksbury has a trio of receivers back on about the 15. So we're looking for a great ball game here between Middlesex League power Melrose and Merrimack Valley Conference perennial power and defending state champion Tewksbury Redmen. And off we go. Short kick coming down just inside the 25. Good coverage, and the run is swarmed under just inside the 30-yard line. So we have Ryan Feeney in there at one middle linebacker. We'll have Mercer and McLaughlin as the outside linebackers. Tewksbury shifts into a spread formation. Wide receiver screen, and Melrose plays it reasonably well, holds it to about a 4-yard gain.
So it looks like the wind is picking up and is in Tewksbury's favor there. That's one of the reasons I think that was a short kick. And you see Tewksbury starts with a pass. Let's see if they go to their ground game on this next play.
I think the strength of Melrose's defense is really rushing defense. They can be vulnerable with the 4-4-3. Tewksbury comes out with double tight ends. Man in motion into an offset eye. Sullivan, all scholastic, and he shows why as he carries for about 15, almost to midfield.
That was a great run by Sullivan. He's a dangerous player, as we said earlier. So he come around the corner there, and the field was wide open all the way out to the right.
Well blocked by Tewksbury. Let's see. We have Hickey, Dever, Gauvin, and Brian Mercer up front right now.
Timeout call on the play.
So timeout for Tewksbury. I wonder what they're seeing early. They're coming out with a heavy formation with double tight end. Now we don't know if that's what they normally run, or my guess is from having seen them last year that they're a diversified offense. So we have Pizzotti, Pedrini, and Caffey as a secondary. Jet sweep. And he gets around the edge around Caffey, and he's hauled down by Pedrini, and a flag comes in late. That was Hurdle, another one of Tewksbury's excellent running backs. They look like they've got good speed to the outside and took advantage of that. And my guess is it's probably a face mask. And that's what it is. So Tewksbury gets it inside Melrose's 20. They're in the red zone early in the first quarter. 9:46 on the clock. I formation, double tight ends, wide receiver split right. And flag is thrown on the play. I don't know if it's illegal procedure or offside. Melrose is going to have to play an almost error-free game here against an outstanding Tewksbury team. And they call offside on Melrose.
Yeah, Melrose definitely wants to settle down. They don't want to help this Tewksbury team any at all today. You know, they have 3 runs and they're all the way out in the red zone already.
Melrose. So it's a 5-yard penalty. So it's first and 5.
Now we haven't seen Jack Hickey at free safety. I don't know if I'm presuming that he's probably banged up some. Quarterback keeper cuts to the outside. He could take it to the house, and they call him out at the 1-yard line. So Pedrini hauls him down. There was no hesitation by the quarter there. Exceptionally well blocked.
So Melrose struggling early here against this Tewksbury offense. Pedrini with a nice tackle there at the 1-yard line to prevent the touchdown.
So Tewksbury has a full arsenal of weapons there. Morris with a good run and offset eye. And Sullivan swarmed under at the 1. So their all-state tailback can't bring it in.
Great stop by Melrose defense there. Hard to see who made the tackle, but you can see players getting up limping.
So Zach Mercer's up limping here. Tight formation. Looks like they've stacked them up at the 1. So you got to think they had tremendous success going outside, and after 2 stops up the middle, we'll see if that's their plan.
You know, Ron, I was just thinking that myself. Their sweep plays, they've been getting a lot of yardage. Melrose is really strong in the middle. Let's see what they do on this 3rd down.
Zach Mercer limps off here. He doesn't look good initially here. So I have no doubt that Tewksbury's going for it on the next 2 plays. So watch the quarterback sneak. That's the other alternative, of course. And, they get in there and stack them up. So definitely did not get it in. Good surge by the middle of the Melrose defensive line.
That was a great defensive stand by this Melrose defense. No gain for Tewksbury.
So Mercer's back in. Number 7, Mike Calver, checks out. So Melrose looking to have a game-defining stand here on the opening drive. 7:16 on the clock. I'm looking for something off tackle to the left. And they stop him! Tremendous stop. It looked like Feeney might have got in there early. And Melrose with a goal line stand.
Wow, Oh, that was absolutely huge. 4 plays from the 1-yard line, and they couldn't get it in.
So Melrose with some opportunity to pick up some well-needed momentum here. Outstanding there. So we'll see if that's a game changer there, and obviously gives Melrose the opportunity to play however they decide to. You know, you wonder whether they're going to come out and try to be very aggressive offensively or limit the number of possessions and try to go ball control. So Corellis has McLaughlin right. He may throw the ball anyway. He's still in a shotgun. He does. He throws deep. Andrews with a great catch at the 35. Perfectly thrown ball. Colby Andrews hauls it in. Outstanding reception.
Wow, what a fantastic play and a diving catch by Colby Andrews to bring Melrose out to the 35-yard line.
Corellis does a great job throwing the deep ball. And Melrose establishes some field position and also shows their intention to play wide open. Hickey up the middle for about 3. So Melrose has been solid in the postseason on the ground, and it'll be a 2nd and 7. So they have Andrews split right, Caffey. Andrews is split left, Caffey right. Pizzotti's in the slot right, Hickey slot left. Corellis, they may be throwing the ball again. They're in a double wing formation. Time's got to be running out on the play clock here. Throw deep again, Andrews. And it's incomplete. Looked like he had it, but he didn't complete the catch all the way to the ground.
That was another great pass by Corellis, and Colby almost reeled that one in.
You have to feel by their initial attack that they saw something in the right cornerback that they want to attack him. It's 3rd and 7 for Melrose on their own 37. Hickey in the slot left, Pizzotti right, Andrews left, Caffey right. Snap to Corellis. They get time. It's complete. And it should be a first down. His forward progress is well past the first down mark.
So early, Melrose throwing the ball a lot. Another first down.
I like the game plan. I don't really see Melrose as being able to totally shut down Tewksbury's offense. So I think getting into a higher scoring contest works to their advantage. Hickey up the middle. Carries the pile. Good job there. Pickup of about 8 yards. Good surge by the Melrose line. The ref's letting the boys play.
Wow, what a fantastic run by Hickey. He's such a strong player. He's got great speed, but up the middle, boy, hard to stop him.
So Hickey checks out. Pedrini's coming in. Hickey gets some congratulations on the sideline. Melrose has a lot of playmakers on the field, so that's one advantage that they have this year. They have not been a rely on one kind of player offense. Pedrini gonna have to, he's in trouble, and he's swarmed under well behind the line of scrimmage. Tewksbury had a big surge from the offensive line, and it's third and back almost to the original line of scrimmage for Melrose, so it's about 3rd and 10.
Yeah, Tewksbury saw that one all the way. It was a tough play for Melrose and a loss of about 8 yards.
So we're down to 4:20 to go in the first quarter. Back to Corellis. Throws deep. Andrews. Oh, looked like a skinny post by Andrews, and he couldn't get there. It was well defended by Tewksbury. So it's 4th and 10. Melrose will be forced to punt.
Yeah, that ball looked like it kind of got up there and died a little bit. Again, Corellis is throwing into the wind, and that one was knocked down easily by the Tewksbury defender.
Andrews back to punt. It's been solid all season. Snap back. Hauled in at the 20. And good special teams play as they bring down Troy Carey. Excellent special teams work by Melrose. So Melrose comes away from the first exchange of possessions with a slight advantage in field position, which seemed highly unlikely when Tewksbury took over on the 1. We'll see what they've got now. Double tight formation. They give it to Sullivan. Sullivan is stacked up, gets a couple of yards late. Good second effort.
Yeah, definitely a good second effort. Melrose was there, almost stopped him behind the line for a loss. Second effort, it gains him a few yards.
Tackle by number 38, Ryan Feeney.
Feeney on the tackle.
Gain of 3 on the play, bring up 2nd and 7.
So it looks like Hickey's playing middle linebacker tonight instead of safety. That's the change because of Slavashevsky's injury. Inside handoff. They string it out. So that hurt Melrose last year, but Melrose sniffed it out. Kevin Fawcett, one of the Melrose coaches, said to have an encyclopedic knowledge of the Tewksbury offense.
Yeah, so that's 2 sweeps on this series that they weren't able to get. Last series, it was working for them, so maybe Melrose has figured something out on this defense.
So it's 3rd and long. We'll see what Tewksbury's got in their bag of tricks here. Looks like they're going to go to a spread formation here. They get some pressure on Morris, and he is swarmed under at the 27, and Melrose should force Tewksbury to punt. So strong work by Melrose defense here in the first quarter.
Yeah, Coach Morris has to be happy with that series. Hardly any gain for Tewksbury, and they're forced to punt. Melrose is going to get the ball back with 2:55 left in the first quarter.
Gauvain credit with the tackle on that one. He's one of the Melrose players who had some injury last week. Oh, very short punt. Fire on this one. And Tewksbury gets a little bit of a roll. But Melrose will take over an excellent field position at the 44-yard line. So Melrose in good shot here to get something going.
Yeah, Tewksbury unable to take advantage of the wind at their back on that punt. Melrose is going to get the ball at the 44. Plenty of time left in the first quarter to see if they can get a score.
So that was only about a 29-yard punt, which is probably relatively unimpressive with the wind. Darkness completely falling, and we're completely benefited by the lights. Handoff up the middle, and Hickey's brought down at the 45, gain of 1. So Melrose certainly sticking with the running game, which is good to see.
Hickey, short gain on that one. See if Melrose sticks to the ground or puts one in the air.
Yeah, it looks like based on their first possession, they're going to be very aggressive tonight. You know, in the National Football League, 2nd and long has become almost a default running play to try to get into a 3rd and short situation or 3rd intermediate. So we have Pizzotti in the slot left. Hickey goes in motion. Oh, and was a quick hitter up the middle, but for no gain. So it's 3rd and long now. Tewksbury had that sniffed out. Zach Mercer's back in the game, and McLaughlin's out.
3rd and 9 from the 45.
Hickey in the slot left. Andrews wide. Pizzotti slot right. Hickey in motion. Faked handoff. Down the middle, that's overthrown. That was not there. So they've had good pass protection so far, but nobody was that open.
Yeah, so a quick 3 and out for Melrose. Not quite as successful on the pass or run game this series as they were the last series.
Andrews back to punt. Let's see if we can get this to turn over. High kick down to about the 20 again. They've got good coverage there, and they wrap him up right at the 20. Looks like Julian Nyan might have been on the play. And
That was number 22, Troy Terry on the return for Tewksbury.
So it looks like, so they say Gavain was on the play, and Calvert was around the ball too. So the fast-moving first quarter here. We've got 57 seconds to go. Oh, that one looked something wrong was there. So they go with Sullivan, and can't turn the corner completely. Gets about 5. So positive play for Tewksbury. They're looking to reassert themselves.
So that was a quick snap. I don't think Melrose was fooled by it. Tewksbury picked up about 5 or 6, but Melrose was pretty quick to respond.
About 6 yards, so 2nd and 4.
So up front, it's like Cameron Hickey. Pass, and that's overthrown. Good coverage there by Caffey. He was all over the receiver. So it's 3rd and long. So the big change defensively is moving Hickey to the middle linebacker slot from free safety. They've got Pedrini at free safety, Caffey and Pizzotti at the corners. You still have Mercer and McLaughlin, the bookend outside linebackers, Hickey and Feeney in the middle, and Mercer, Hickey, Dever, and Gavain up front, the front 4. So Tripp's right. I don't know if it's the timeout here. Tewksbury takes the timeout. 12 seconds to go in the quarter. All I can think of is Tewksbury wants to, if they're considering throwing a pass, and if it's incomplete, they want to be able to punt with the wind.
Yeah, that's a good point, Ron. Although it didn't work too well for him last time, I think so far the Melrose defense has played great. They're doing a great job containing the running game, and they're covering the pass game very, very well. So Coach Morris has to be happy.
Yeah, the Boston sports writers were heavily favoring Tewksbury coming in, so Melrose has more than held their own so far. They've got trips left. Morris back to pass, good rush. And it's completed. They haven't got him down yet. And well thrown ball. May have been a curl route there to Adam Gajui. And that'll be the end of the first quarter here as ball's put in play. And at the end of one, it's a scoreless game here at Cawley Stadium. Melrose 0 and the Tewksbury Redmen 0. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Second quarter action here at Cawley Stadium. Division III North Championship action. Tewksbury with the ball on their own 36. Up the middle. And looks like he's brought down around the 41, gain of about 4 yards. Number 9, Thomas Casey. Oh, Tewksbury's powerful running game. They're not going to go away from that. No question about that.
Yeah, as we said earlier, they've got 3 strong running backs with Jimmy Sullivan leading the way, and Jim Hurdle and Tom Casey also have about 700 yards each this year.
Another power formation, double tight ends. Pitch right, cuts it back inside. Uh-oh, good running there. Melrose trying to drag him down. And
Tewksbury ball for number 21, Jamie Hurdle.
that was Hurdle. Hurdle's had some big gains here in the early action.
Hurdle makes his way forward.
Tewksbury has a first down in Melrose territory.
Boy, it looks like Melrose has been in position to make the tackle, but Hurdle's got some great moves, and he's able to get by those players and grind out the yards.
So Tewksbury sticks with their heavy formation here. Hurdle's in motion. Quarterback keeps it. Morris up the middle for about 5 yards. So Tewksbury showing good patience here.
Yeah, they're starting to march again like they did the first series. So Melrose is going to have to step up their defense and see if they can't contain them, get the ball back.
Need a lot of help tonight from the linebackers. McLaughlin on the right, Mercer on the left. Hickey and Feeney. Oh, good penetration that time. And it was Mercer and Cameron Hickey in on the tackle. Loss of about 3 yards, so it's 3rd and 9 for Tewksbury.
Yeah, that was a great stop for Melrose. Able to erase some of that previous gain, and looks like they got a generous spot. I thought it brought it all the way back to the original line of scrimmage.
I'm not sure if they had a run blitz on that time. We had heard rumors that Melrose was going to try to bring pressures from the outside linebackers today. Obviously, we don't have any inside information about the game plan. 2 receivers split right, still with the double tight end. Play action pass. Oh, threw back against the grain. Gajui and Caffey brings him down with some help from his friends. So well-designed play.
Definitely well-designed. That was very tricky. The way they lined up that formation, it certainly looked like they're going to try to drive it up the middle. They had nobody spread out, and Melrose fell for it. That guy was wide open.
Yeah, the receiver got a free release, and obviously the quarterback found him quickly in the Melrose secondary. First down for Tewksbury on the Melrose 25-yard line. Man in motion, pitch to the outside, and this time they handle Hurdle. Looks like Dever, and getting up from the bottom of the pile is Cameron Hickey. So Hickey's had strong action early.
Yeah, Hickey, one of the players that's stepping up to fill in for injured senior Michael Doucette, and he's playing really strong so far.
Well, Melrose is, I think you could say they've contained the running game. They haven't really stopped the running game. Tewksbury, explosive offense, defending state champion. Oh, inside handoff. Good penetration by Feeney, and they were not fooled on that. And they bring him down for a 5-yard loss.
And there's that Cam Hickey again on that tackle.
Here at the 30-yard line, they're probably in 4-down territory for Tewksbury anyway. So 3rd and 15. Melrose's pass defense can be vulnerable at times with seam routes, putting a lot of pressure on the free safety, and Pedrini hasn't played a lot of free safety this season, so we'll see how he handles it. They bring trips right. They throw outside to Sullivan. They've got somebody there. Can they haul him down? And Hickey gets him for about a 6 to 7 yard gain. So again, they were able to contain the play. So it's 4th and long for Tewksbury at the Melrose 24.
Well, just like before, too, the second effort gained another 4 yards. Melrose made the stop, but with the second effort, they were there to get 4 or 5.
Yeah, you're not going to stop an all-state running back with nothing. So Melrose doing a good job, limiting positive Tewksbury yards. Big play here. Really big moment in the game here, even though we're only at 6 minutes to go in the first half. Hurdle's in motion. They force him outside, and he throws the ball away to avoid the sack. And Melrose again stops Tewksbury.
Wow, that's a huge stand by the Melrose defense. They forced Morris to throw that ball out of bounds. He had 9 yards to go for the first down, and there was nothing there.
Excellent pass rush by Melrose that time, and that was the key to shutting down the Tewksbury offense. So I don't think anybody would have expected with 5:48 here to go in the first half that we'd be in a scoreless ball game. Both teams with prolific offenses this season. Well, Melrose in a spread formation, trips right, McLaughlin to Corrales' left. Throws it to Hickey. Hickey's in space. Hickey cuts to the open, and he gets it for about a 14-yard gain out to the 38, and a Tewksbury defender is down. We'll be right back. Oh, we're back now. Melrose, after an injury timeout, looking to sustain this drive that began on their own 24-yard line. 5:41 on the game clock, which is the official clock, as they have MIAA timers here for postseason play. Trips left, Caffey right, Hickey in motion, fake the handoff, counter to McLaughlin, and he gets about 5. So rather than going with 2 backs in the backfield, they put Hickey in the slot, put him in motion, and used him to affect the counter action. Melrose with a good gain on first down there.
Yeah, like Tewksbury, Melrose has a lot of weapons as well, and I think the Tewksbury defense keyed in on Hickey there, and McLaughlin was able to get 4 or 5.
And Melrose has exceptional balance offensively this year, and I think this makes them harder to scout. Corrales keeps the ball and gets about a yard and change to almost the 44. So it's about 3rd and 4 here at their own 44-yard line. Rushing yards are not coming easily here, so you wonder if they'll go back to the air.
Let's see what Melrose does here. They got a couple of backs back, and see if they...
So McLaughlin to Corrales' left, Pedrini at the halfback position. They give it up the middle to Pedrini, and Pedrini never quits, but he only gets back to the line of scrimmage. And Melrose sends out the punting unit here.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of passes from Melrose since that first or second series. A lot of running and tough to gain yards against this Tewksbury defense.
Still at the 44.
Good snap. Andrews handles it. And fair catch at the 24-yard line of Tewksbury. So literally they exchanged field position. Melrose took it over at the 24, and now Tewksbury gets it back at their own 24.
So with 3:40 left in the first half, Melrose defense wants to stand strong and see if they can't get the ball back. Tewksbury's been struggling on their punts, and would definitely give Melrose good field position.
Thus far, it's been an error-free game, and a turnover could be the most important issue here in the first half. We'll see if Melrose can force something to happen. They've got their big gun Sullivan in the left slot. We'll see if he comes in motion. He does. And it goes to Sullivan. And they stack him up, but he doesn't go down easily. Picks up about 6 yards.
Again, Melrose there with the first hit, and like you said before, all scholastic running back. He's hard to bring down, and he grinds out 5 the hard way.
And obviously Melrose is not unaware of his talents, and it's not as though they're fooled on the play, but Tewksbury's a well-oiled machine, ranked 5th in the state coming in. Heavy favorites here today at Cawley Stadium. And they're still in the tight formation. Sullivan in motion. Handoff. Looks like hurdle, and they get him out of bounds after a first down at about the Tewksbury 38-yard line.
That was a good run by Hurdle. He was the player that went down on that defensive series for Tewksbury, so it's good to see he's back on his feet. Not so good for Melrose if they can't contain him.
3:25 to go here in the first half. Scoreless game here at Cawley Stadium. Really, no teams had a significant advantage in play since the opening drive where Melrose had a goal line stand at their own one. Over to Sullivan, and good penetration there by Cameron Hickey again, having a big day.
Boy, he's really stepped up. He looks fantastic today, and that's exactly what Melrose needed. Tough shoes to fill. Mike Doucette going down, not able to play today, and Hickey is definitely up for the job.
Yeah, he's been a notable standout here on the Melrose defense during the first half. 2nd and 9 for the Redmen. Still their usual double tight end formation. Looks like it could be the wishbone. And a timeout called by Tewksbury. So the wishbone came to prominence back probably in the late 60s, early 70s. Darrell Royal was coach at Texas. It became a game changer. University of Southern California and John McKay went down to face Bear Bryant in, I think it was 1970 or 71 at Alabama, and Southern California demolished Alabama, which was an eye-opener for Southern and national football. What happened after that is the following season they went back to Southern Cal, and Alabama closed practices, unveiled their own version of the wishbone, and upset the Trojans in Los Angeles.
Yeah, well, seeing a lot of different looks from Tewksbury here today. Sticking mostly to the ground game and mostly to Sullivan, but there's a lot of different formations. We're also seeing Hurdle carry the ball successfully, and Casey as well.
I mean, obviously they could line up in a wishbone formation and just shift out of it to more of a pro set with 2 tight ends, but just speculating, and they don't go with it anyway. Hurdle comes in motion. Oh, gosh. Oh. And Sullivan gets the screen pass, and he's tackled at about the 46-yard line. You can kind of see the way that was developing. It's easy to see it from up here, obviously a lot harder down in the field. And they want to get Sullivan in space. He's a dangerous runner.
He certainly is. And Melrose had a defender back that almost tipped that pass, but didn't get a hand on it and gave Sullivan the opportunity to make a big gain.
So 3rd and 2 at the 46-yard line, 2:04 on the stadium clock. And they stop him, I think. We'll see where they mark it. They probably have to measure. So it looks like it's about 4th and 2 feet. And the officials, in fact, mark it short. We'll see what Tewksbury wants to do. You know, they have a bunch of options. Obviously, you can run the quarterback sneak. You can run Sullivan. You can try to use a hard count to bring Melrose offside.
Yeah, let's watch for that quick snap, too. They were successful in getting about 5 yards with that last time.
Yeah, that's an excellent thought, Mike. Tight formation. Maybe they're going to bring up the backs like they did before. Melrose shifts. Sullivan's got room on the outside. Big trouble there. And
Davey Sullivan on the keeper for Tewksbury, and that's good for the Redmen first down.
And they're going to mark the ball first down at the 45-yard line. You notice that high school officials usually mark it on the yard marker to make it a lot easier for themselves and the chain gang, which is kind of an accepted practice, so there's no issue. 1:06 to go on the game clock here. So Tewksbury doesn't seem to be in any hurry here to try to score. We'll see if they go to the air here. Hurdle in motion. Oh, yes! Backside blitz by Zach Mercer, and Morris goes down. Excellent call there.
That was a great play. Morris never saw that coming. Big hit by Mercer for about an 8 or 9 yard loss.
That was a huge play here. And then we're down inside of 40 seconds. You know, I'm just shocked that Tewksbury is taking such a lethargic approach to their offense here. Hurdle stacked up at midfield, and Melrose is not going to call timeouts here, of course. They're going to let the clock run out.
Hurdle on the carry for Tewksbury, number 21. Stopped on the play by number 38 for
and it looks like there is a timeout here by Tewksbury.
Ball spotted just at midfield.
Seems a little schizophrenic to be running plays from midfield and then take a timeout with 12 seconds.
Yeah, Melrose defense looks fantastic too. We got third down at about 15 yards. They can hold them here. I think Coach Morris would be very happy to go into halftime with a 0-0 score.
Yeah, I think you have to watch out for, you know, kind of trick plays here, the hook and lateral, you know, where they throw curl routes and then try to lateral off to another running back coming by. Those are, I mean, I'm sure the Melrose staff is well aware of that.
Yeah, we did see that one play earlier. It was a little bit of a trick play where they lined up, looked like they're going to run up the middle, and they broke out a receiver who was wide open for the big gain.
Trips right, could be the Hail Mary. We'll see. Sullivan goes left. Tight end down the middle. Down to about the 23-yard line. 4 seconds to go in the first half. Timeout by Tewksbury. Watching their kicker in warm-ups, he didn't look like he had the leg to kick a 41, 42-yard field goal, so they'll probably throw something in the end zone. Melrose obviously was scored upon by Woburn in the final 2 seconds of the first half quarterback run.
Yeah, that was a tough play right there for Melrose. Big game for Tewksbury, and it puts them down in close to scoring position. They only have 4 seconds to work with. Let's see what they do.
Yeah, I wonder if Tewksbury's going to feel any regret here on the way they handled the time in the last couple of minutes. It's time for one play here. Realistically, I think it's pretty unlikely they'll try to throw an out pass, get 6 or 7 yards and go for a long field goal. Just too much of a gamble as far as the time.
Yeah, but like you said, Ron, there was that play against Woburn where Woburn had about 30 yards to go just before the half. Melrose played the pass really, really well, and they were able to run it for the touchdown, 30 yards.
Yeah, that's why I like, you know, the way the pros would take that. They'd line up 4 defenders on the goal line, and they're seeing the receivers coming to them as well as what the quarterback's doing instead of having to run back with them.
Well, and certainly Melrose hopefully learned that lesson against Woburn. They're going to be watching for a play like that.
Yeah, I think it's probably pretty unlikely they try to run a halfback option or something like that, because Melrose knows they have to throw the ball here. And Melrose is going to take a timeout. I'm not sure what the formation gave anything away there.
Well, certainly a game of strategy. I think Coach saw something he wanted to make an adjustment, and it's a winner take all today. So you want to keep Tewksbury out of the end zone here.
Yeah, this is definitely a huge play to finish off the first half. Excellent ball game here. Melrose well represented here in fan base. The promo for the game says that the stadium seats 6,000, and it looks like there's a few more Melrose supporters here than Tewksbury supporters, even though it's virtually a home game for the Redmen.
Yeah, I agree. Melrose is certainly represented here, and it's an exciting game. I don't think anybody expected Melrose to make it to this game this year, and they haven't disappointed all season.
All right, they've got 3 receivers out by the numbers, so we'll see what Tewksbury's got cooked up. Morris with the snap. And good action by Pizzotti there. The receiver got his hands on the ball, but good contact. And the first half ends in a scoreless tie. Melrose Red Raiders 0, Tewksbury Redmen 0. Welcome back for the second half of Division III North Championship football. Melrose to receive the second half kickoff here at Cawley Stadium. I'm Ron Sen here with Mike Coleman and Jeff Mate on camera and production. We had a terrific first half, and we're looking forward to more of the same.
Absolutely. Melrose excited to receive the ball. They looked fantastic, both sides of the ball in the first half. Let's see if they can get something started here early and really put Tewksbury back on their defenses.
Wind's picked up a little bit here at halftime. Looks to be blowing in left to right. Tewksbury will be kicking off with the wind. Deep kick down to the 15-yard line, handled by Pedrini, and he's stormed under at about the 17, 18-yard line. So not ideal field position for the Red Raiders. They bring out the usual suspects for the second half. Corellis, a quarterback. Looks like Mercer and McLaughlin are in the backfield. Caffey split left. Andrews is right. Oh, they've got and they put McLaughlin in motion. Pitch goes to Hickey, and he can't turn the corner at all. Tewksbury strung that out effectively. Up front for Melrose, you have Jared Patello probably filling in at center. You have Chris Dever. Alex Slavashevsky's at left guard. Jesse Gauvain right guard, and Malcolm Reimer is the right tackle. Double wing formation. Look for Melrose to pass here. Andrews, and that's picked off. So a big turnover here on the second play of the second half. Andrews, oh, and there's a roughing the passer penalty. That could nullify the interception. The flag right next to Corellis. Chances are that's going to be a penalty and wave off the interception. So it looked like McLaughlin had picked up the rusher pretty well. Now Corellis is he's a little hurt here. So Melrose is the beneficiary of a 15-yard walk-off, and they will keep the drive going.
Wow, it's absolutely huge for Melrose. First turnover of the game is nullified by the penalty, and it brings Melrose out with better field position. They're going to be on the 32-yard line.
Don't like to see laundry on the field, but when it works in your favor, it's a little bit more palatable. Hand off to Hickey up the middle. Hickey plows up the middle for about 5 yards to the 38-yard line. Melrose will have 2nd and 5. Well, Melrose mixing up the play calling well here early in the second half.
Yeah, I like to see that. They got a great game in the air, although that one was tough. It was that looked like that interception was off the Melrose player. So mix it up with a little ground play, see what happens.
Pizzotti split left. Hickey gets maybe two and change out just beyond the 40. So it's 3rd and 3. First drive of the second half. Slavashevsky limps off along with number 71, Willette. Corellis has the play, the double wing formation. Hickey's in the slot left. He's come in motion a lot to the right. We'll see if that's the case here. No. And the snap was not cleanly handled by Corellis. It was a low snap, and as a result, the timing of the play was messed up and incomplete pass. Melrose have to kick.
Yeah, like you said last half, Ron, Melrose really has to be perfect here. They got to take advantage of every opportunity. That was a low snap, and they got away with one there.
Andrews back to kick. Oh, big rush on. Oh, Tewksbury bounce. I don't think it was touched by a Tewksbury player, and you know, punting into the wind, it's a very short punt. Tewksbury has it in outstanding field position at their own 45-yard line.
Will be first and 10 for the Redmen from their own 45.
On defense for Melrose, in the secondary, we have Caffey at the right corner, Pizzotti in left corner. Padrini's a free safety, of Feeney and Hickey in the middle, McLaughlin and Mercer at the linebackers. And we'll get the line for you as time permits. Pitch to Sullivan. Sullivan tries to turn the corner. It looks like he does. Melrose screaming for a holding penalty there, but it's not going to happen. And defensive line, we have Dever, Goffin, Hickey at the left defensive end, and Mercer at the right defensive end. First and 10 at the Melrose 37. Tewksbury, double tight end formation. Pitch to Sullivan, running hard, and he's tripped up. Boy, he really got incredible spot there. He was tripped up around the 30, fell forward to maybe the 28. The official marks it at the 27.
Boy, yeah, Tewksbury really marching with a ground game here early. Melrose defense struggling a little bit. Jimmy Sullivan, a couple of big runs, and already almost down in the red zone. So see if Melrose this timeout can sort of regroup and hold them.
Yeah, Tewksbury obviously sees the momentum here early in the second half, and Melrose has the opportunity to shut that down. So they mark it as a first down at the Melrose 27. Tewksbury has patiently stuck to the ground game throughout the contest. Their quarterback, Morris, has been solid, and now they line up in the wishbone formation. We'll see if they run it from that. They do. Pitch goes back to Hurdle, and Hurdle gets to about the 24. Melrose handled that pretty well.
So again, Tewksbury sticking to the ground game. They get 3 on that, 2 or 3, and looking to see if they can't continue to press against Melrose. And Melrose defense starting to step up a little bit here.
More conventional formation this time. Split backs. One goes in motion. They hand to Sullivan up the middle, and he advances to the 21. So that'll bring up a 3rd and 4. So definitely in 4-down territory here. So it's been a heavy dose of Sullivan and Hurdle. We'll see what they bring. Pitch goes to Hurdle. Good penetration, and he's hauled down by Brian McLaughlin at the 29. So Melrose timed a run blitz perfectly there. They mark him at the 28, and it's 4th and 11 from the Melrose 28.
Boy, another huge defensive stand by Melrose. That's a huge stop that they needed, and they really put Tewksbury back. 4th and long. Let's see what happens here.
Well, Tewksbury threw the ball reasonably well in the first half. They used both running backs, and they had some success with the tight end over the middle. So we'll see what they've got. Spread formation. Looking outside. And a great defensive play there by Mercer. Zach Mercer broke it up. It was all over Hurdle. No chance for him to catch the ball. Melrose takes over on down.
Yeah, fantastic defense by Melrose. Another big stand. They're going to get the ball on their own 23-yard line. It looks like 20-yard line.
Melrose takes over on down.
Well, we'd seen Concord last week hurt Melrose outside the numbers, as did Stoneham to a limited degree with running backs out of the backfield, but not this time. And Melrose sends trips left. Goes to Hickey. Hickey turns the corner and gets out to the 34-yard line, so it's a pickup of about 6 yards on the play. Melrose looking to get some sustained drive going, which they haven't had since early in the ball game.
Hickey looking good there. I think he's going to break one of these runs, Ron.
Caffey split right. Andrews split left. Pedrini and Pizzotti in the slot left. Looks like it's going to Pedrini. Pedrini. Oh, pretty close to interference there. Ball might have been thrown a little bit behind him. Pedrini ran a post from the slot. He's made a lot of those huge plays this season. I like the play call. Aggressive play call. It's 3rd and about 4 for Melrose on their own 34. Pizzotti in the slot along with Pedrini. We'll see if they run something, a curl route to the middle after running a deep route. Offside, baby. Pedrini makes the catch, and he's hit hard at the 43. He gets up, looks okay. And Melrose gets a first down. We'll see what they pick at the flag, so I presume that it was an offside against Tewksbury.
That was an offsides against Tewksbury. Big first down by Melrose. You got to like that. That's going to keep the momentum going for this offense.
So as we call, there was a curl route for Pedrini. Corellis. Oh, no. And that one was intended for Caffey and was picked off by Tewksbury just over midfield. Big turnover here. 5:28 left in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, tough break for Melrose there. A lot of field for Tewksbury, so see if the Melrose defense can hold them and get the ball back.
So Melrose had the edge in the postseason on the turnovers, and they go -1 on the turnovers today on that interception by Tewksbury. So Tewksbury brings their high-powered offense back out for their second drive of the 3rd quarter. They bring Hurdle split out right. Man in motion. They go back to Sullivan. And Sullivan plows up the middle for about 6. He's been pretty consistent, but they've been able to keep him under control.
Sullivan grinding out 6 in the middle. That's rare. He's been getting most of his yards on the outside, so Melrose is going to want to stop that.
Second and 4 for the Redmen. Same defense out there for Melrose. Linebackers are key against this Tewksbury running game. Pitch goes outside to Sullivan. He waits, and Melrose drags him down at about the 42. Looks to be a little short of the first down. You know, Melrose looks like they're looking for a holding again. Not going to happen. 3rd and 1 for Tewksbury. Big play here. 4:25 on the clock. Third quarter action here at Cawley Stadium. Still no score between Melrose and defending state champion Tewksbury. And timeout's called by somebody, I don't know who. Tewksbury takes the timeout before they were running the quarterback sneak.
Let's see what Melrose does here. They've been great on these short plays and holding Tewksbury, so it's 3rd and about 1. And you know Tewksbury's likely to to go for it on the 4th down, so got to make a couple of stops here, Ron.
A really bold move here would be to go play action and try to go for it all, looking for Melrose to be overreacting to the short stuff. As Mike says, I think it's 100% lead pipe cinch that they will go for it on 4th down. Double tight end offense. Hurdle in motion. And they trip up Sullivan short again. They may have lost a yard on that, so it'll be 4th and a yard and a half. And it almost looks like Tewksbury's bringing in the punting team. It's, Melrose has to be alert to the fake here.
Yeah, looks like they might be setting up for a fake. Who knows? Pedrini's back, though.
Ball's kicked, and Melrose is not going to handle it. It rolls dead at about the Melrose 8-yard line. So Tewksbury opts to play field position with 3:28 here in the 3rd quarter.
Still scoreless. Melrose back on about the 6 or 7 yard line. And looking to see if they can get some room to set up their offense and run some plays.
Well, obviously, Tewksbury's taken a different approach to the game. Because early in the game, they were more aggressive on short yardage. And here, after having some mixed success and failure on short yardage, they're playing the field position game, which makes every sense in the world. Pizzotti split right along with Caffey. Andrews left. McLaughlin in motion. Pedrini tries to turn the corner. He turned the corner, but he couldn't tightrope the sideline. So that was the, whatever you want to call that, direct snap to the quarterback. I think Pedrini was a quarterback earlier on in his career. Same formation, split backs, throws deep, it's overthrown. So Pedrotti had a step on the defender. He went to go throw the ball outside the numbers. It was just a little bit overthrown.
Yeah, tough break there from Melrose. Looked like he definitely had a step. That ball's just a little bit shorter. That would have been a huge game for Melrose.
So good to see Melrose unafraid to go back to the air after the interception. So they have double wing. Hickey's in the left slot. Pizzotti's in the right slot. Andrews and Caffey split out wide. McLaughlin to the right of Corrales. Corrales drops back, throws a screen to Hickey, and he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. It was well covered by Tewksbury. Melrose hasn't run the screen a lot this year, and even if he broke by the first tackler, there was additional help for the Redmen.
That's true. That was a tough pass. There was a good pressure on the quarterback. He had to throw that from his heels and didn't get a lot on it, and not much for Hickey to work with.
So kicking from their own 10 into the wind, Tewksbury's going to get the ball probably after the run back around their own 30-yard, Melrose's 30-yard line. That one doesn't completely turn over, handled, And good kick and coverage by Melrose on the play. So Tewksbury will take over around the 40. So considering the field position they had, not a bad deal.
Oh, not bad at all. The Melrose special teams been doing a great job here today. As you saw, Ron, you thought that was going to be probably brought back to about the 30. I thought so too, but the Melrose punting unit was able to contain the Tewksbury receiver there, and not too bad.
Tewksbury in a spread formation, Hurdle in motion, hand off to Hurdle on a jet sweep. And he turns the corner. Wow, good action there by Hurdle. Looked like Melrose had him hemmed in, but he was able to advance the ball to the 32-yard line, pickup of 8, 2nd and 2 for the Redmen. So Hurdle's got a lot of speed, and Melrose trying to be aware to both his ability to turn the corner and cut back. Tight formation now. Sullivan in motion. Morris, the keeper, and he carries it down to about the 16-yard line. First down for Tewksbury. 26-yard line. First down for Tewksbury.
So again, Tewksbury's moving the ball. They're getting the first downs, but Melrose defense is not letting it happen too easily. So see if they can make another big stand here.
Well, Melrose has been able to enforce their bend but not break mentality thus far. Just tough against a prolific offense like Tewksbury to keep them out of the end zone indefinitely. I formation. Up the middle. Strong running. Down to about the 12-yard line. Looks like that was Thomas Casey on the carry. They mark it just about the 12. It's 1st and 10 at the Melrose 12. So Melrose could be wearing down. Their defense has been on the field a lot tonight. Double tight end set. Casey in motion. Hand off to Sullivan. He turns the corner. And they get him out at about the 4-yard line. Tackle by Pizzotti on the play. So Melrose is having trouble containing that sweep right now.
Yeah, that's been working a lot for Tewksbury today. Melrose has found an answer for a couple of times, but they really need to stop it now. They got them down inside the 5. We saw it earlier. Melrose was able to stop them. They're going to have to stop them again now.
1:19 on the clock here in the third quarter. Morris gets the play. I formation. Casey and Sullivan deep. Oh, they pitch to Sullivan. Gets outside, and they say he's in for a touchdown. So Tewksbury takes the lead here, 6-0 with 1:09 in the third quarter.
He just barely got that in there. You could see he hit the pylon with a football, and that's a touchdown. So Tewksbury grinding one out here. I don't think anybody thought that after just about 3 quarters of play, there'd only be 1 touchdown in this one, Ron.
Yeah, we heard that Sullivan had 14 touchdowns coming in. Melrose goes offside. Kick is good.
And the extra point is good.
I'd be surprised if they take the points off the board here. Now they're declining it. I don't know if that is assessed on the kickoff.
I'm not sure. I guess we'll see. Melrose looking to see if they can answer one of their own. There's still plenty of time left in the game here, and the Melrose offense has already shown that they can move the ball against this Tewksbury defense.
Yeah, Tewksbury definitely has had the better of the play here in the third quarter. They had 1 interception called back by penalty. They had a 2nd interception, and they've been in Melrose territory most of the quarter. Well, Melrose has a chance to try to make a big play on special teams. They made 2 last week against Concord with a kickoff return for a touchdown by Pedrini and a punt block return for a touchdown by Hickey. Obviously, Tewksbury, one of the top teams in the state, and we expect their special teams are formidable as well. Got a little bit of a breeze behind them on the kick. The field position decision paid off for them. That's a deep kick, and Pedrini handles it at the 2, 10, 15. Oh, and he is spun down at about the 20. And Melrose will take over on the 20. Probably a good decision for him to handle the ball. Might not have gone into the end zone.
He got it out to the 20, but took a hard hit. He's a tough player, that Pedrini. He's made some big plays all season. See if he can come up with one here late in the third.
Yeah, that's the second pop that he's had tonight. You have to expect the quality teams are going to be physical, hard-hitting squads. So Melrose, Caffey split right. Oh, no, that's a shovel pass. That's not a fumble. Tried with a shovel pass to McLaughlin. It's a good play, and then it's an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10. So Melrose tries something that we haven't seen a lot of this season. Melrose would be well suited to get a first down here, so they wouldn't be punting into the wind going into the fourth quarter. Hand off to Hickey, cuts outside, he's at the 30. Oh, and he's tackled at the 40. Caffey was engaged with the cornerback, and somehow the cornerback was able to come off that block and make a tackle.
We've been waiting to see Hickey break one, and that was a big run for Melrose. They need that, gain a little bit of momentum here. They certainly want to take the wind out of the sails of this Tewksbury team, and if they can bring that ball down the field, I think it's going to do just that run.
Yeah, a huge play of over 20 yards for Melrose on that carry. Hickey again, a little bit of a delay, and carries that out right to midfield. That could be the final play of the third quarter. We'll see what Melrose opts to do. They tend to have a relatively short time between plays. We're inside 20 seconds on the game clock. McLaughlin comes out, Mercer's in. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. They go to, oh, and Hickey's pulled down behind the line of scrimmage. And at the end of 3, Tewksbury 7, Melrose nothing. We'll be right back. Start of the fourth quarter is here. I'm Ron Sen here with Mike Coleman, Jeff Matei on camera and production. Melrose 3rd and long. They need a first down here. Oh, looked like pass interference. Colby Andrews is definitely bumped off the rut. I don't know that the ball would have been catchable anyway, but he was interfered with. One of the Melrose coaches went tearing down the sidelines and got nothing for his trouble. So Melrose will punt here on 4th and long, beginning of the fourth quarter. Tewksbury up by a touchdown. Andrews' short kick could get a roll, and Tewksbury has the wisdom to stay away from it, and they will take over on their own 17-yard line.
So Melrose looking pretty good on that offensive series. Had the punt, but certainly did not turn the ball over, giving Tewksbury field advantage. So now the Melrose defense getting a little bit of a rest. Going to need to stand tall and get this ball back for the offense.
Well, Melrose hasn't really had any major threats offensively. I'm not sure if they've been in Tewksbury territory, but Tewksbury obviously looking to grind it out. And that's Casey up the middle for 3. Tewksbury with a strong running game will look to run the clock here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, no doubt. They're definitely going to try to keep that ball on the ground, take some time off the clock, and put the pressure on Melrose.
Hickey comes off limping a little bit.
About 3, bringing up 2nd and 7 from the 20.
Looks like Jarek Patello is in as a middle linebacker now, along with Feeney. Melrose up tight, 8 in the box, and is illegal procedure called on Tewksbury. Looks like their snap was not handled cleanly. And that will stop the clock. 9:59 left in regulation. Melrose trailing 7-0. Oh, now they wind the clock. Well, that doesn't seem right. You should be able to get an offensive penalty and then run off additional time on the play clock. Melrose in their 4-4-3 defense. Morris back to pass. Sullivan, and gets it out to the 19-yard line. Hit immediately, looks like by McLaughlin. So it should be 3rd down and about 8 from their own 19-yard line. Big defensive play here for Melrose. They have an opportunity to get the ball back, plenty of time and excellent field position if they can make a big defensive play here. We'll see what Tewksbury's got up their sleeve. They've just run the ball exceptionally well outside, so I don't know why they might not try that. Casey in motion. There it goes to Sullivan. And they drag him down. Excellent defensive stop there. Probably Mercer on the play. So Melrose does what they have to do.
Yeah, it's going to be 4th and long, and they're definitely going to have to punt this one, Ron. They don't want to turn the ball over with this kind of field position for Melrose.
Well, the Melrose defensive coaching staff and players sniffed out the possibility of the run on 3rd and long. Pretty good kick there, and gets over midfield, and Melrose will take over at the 49-yard line in their own territory with 8:47 left in the 4th quarter. It's good the defense gets off the field, gets a little bit of a break. They've been playing a lot tonight against the powerful Tewksbury running game.
Yeah, definitely an important possession here for Melrose, and they're going to want to see if they can't bring this down and tie this game up. You can see the teams are getting fired up here, and let's see what Melrose does with it.
Split backfield, McLaughlin to the left of Corellis, Hickey to the right. Pizzotti in the slot. The option play, Corellis keeps and carries it to the 46. So that was a option handoff to McLaughlin up the middle. Then Corellis turned it inside. Had the option initially to pitch to Hickey on the left. They haven't shown that play a lot tonight, so that was good deception on the ball handling there by Corellis. They go to Hickey up the middle, cuts off tackle, 40, 30, 25, 20, 10, 5, he's in. And Melrose has tied the score. Well, tied on the touchdown, and it's 7-6 with 8:08 on about a 40-yard touchdown run by senior fullback Jack Hickey.
Well, Ron, you knew it was only a matter of time before Jack broke one of those off, and that was fantastic. That cut back across the field, beautiful play. Melrose is on the board.
So Cusalito in for the extra point. Corellis to hold. Snap down. And it is good. So with 8:08 to go in the regulation, Melrose has tied Tewksbury 7-7. So I recall one ESPN Boston pundit had picked Tewksbury 34-14, another 21-0. So Melrose is more than holding their own here late into the ball game.
Well, that's a fantastic possession by Melrose. They brought the ball down the field. Great run by Hickey, and plenty of time left here in the fourth quarter, and we got a great game, Ron.
Sullivan on the return for Tewksbury, but we got a flag on the play.
That was a tough kick right there, but Melrose was able to hold them to a limited run back there. So it looks like Tewksbury, oh, yeah, actually looks like it's going to be a re-kick.
So then Melrose must have been offside, and that's why they're going to re-kick this play. Aggressive tackling by Melrose on special teams there. They were trying to rip the ball out of Sullivan's hands, and that worked for them last week at Concord Carlisle as they forced 4 turnovers. Now the other thing that can happen is when you kick those low line drives, you can hit the front wall of the blockers, and sometimes the ball can go crazy angles and crazy places. It's a more conventional kickoff down to the 20. Uh-oh, they've got him. Oh, he gets outside. And Tewksbury's into Melrose territory, so our worst nightmare about a long run back after the kickoff comes true.
Well, that offsides on the previous kickoff really hurt Melrose, gave Tewksbury a reset, and they were able to get much better field position. So Melrose defense has been playing really well all day. Let's see if they can stop them here and get the ball back.
So we've got Patello and Feeney at the middle linebackers. Mercer and McLaughlin on the outside. Handoff up the middle, and good second effort there, probably by Casey. It was by Casey. About a 4 to 5 yard gain. Up front they have Gauvain, Dever, Hickey and Mercer, and in the back Pedrini, Pizzotti, and Caffey. The only change is that Hickey's out of the linebacker spot and Patello's in. You know, Hickey just had that long run. 2nd and 6. And they give it to Hurdle up the middle. Good surge by the defensive line. They hold them to about 2.
Melrose defense still playing strong, and Tewksbury keeping to the ground, running it up the middle. We haven't seen any sweeps on this possession yet. They've been strong on the outside. Melrose wants to hold them here, see if we can't get the ball back. 6:45 left in the game.
I mean, the obvious move for Tewksbury is to go back to the sweep, which they've had so much success on tonight. Now, obviously, Melrose is not oblivious to that fact either. Power formation. Back to Sullivan, and they stop him short of the first down. It's 4th and about a yard and a half on the 38-yard line, and you know, the defending state champions, you have to expect they'll be going for it here.
Melrose has been big all day long, though, on these 4th down, 4th and 2. That's a long 2 for Tewksbury.
You know, one of the things as a coach you always have, you want to have your best short yardage play, your best, you know, intermediate and long yardage play. Sort of like basketball. You'd always have to have your best out of bounds play, sideline out of bounds play, best zone offense. Same thing. This is the bread and butter of whatever took. Oh, and Tewksbury. Tewksbury takes a timeout. So obviously they're having second thoughts here. I think they're still going for it. You know, in high school football tends to be, you know, run-oriented for most teams, and you know, Tewksbury's had the powerful run game. You know, they've got the all-scholastic running back in Sullivan and excellent complementary backs in Casey and Hurdle. All right, so they're in the power I formation, 2 tight ends. Man in motion, sweep right. And Melrose stops him again on 4th down. Defense comes up big again. You cannot say enough about those kids.
Well said, Ron. This Melrose defense has been absolutely huge all day long, and they make a big stand right there to stop Tewksbury. They're going to get the ball back with good field position. They got a lot of time. Let's see if they can't bring the ball down the field.
5:35 in regulation as Melrose seeks to go to Gillette. Split backs. Long bomb. And well covered by Tewksbury. Definitely not there that time. Now Melrose mixing up the play calling here after a successful scoring drive with running plays to go to the air first. But 2nd and long. Melrose has been aggressive on offense and defense. You can't ask for more than that. You know, you're playing to win to get to the Super Bowl. You're not playing not to lose. 2nd and long. Hickey up the middle. Oh, and he's just tripped up with a shoestring tackle. He breaks through that. It's 1-on-1 against the Tewksbury free safety. So it's 3rd and short from the 48-yard line of Melrose. And Melrose looks a little confused, and they're going to take a timeout. Tough to have to burn one here late in the game, but you know, you don't want to be confused. You know, at the end of the 3rd quarter, it looked like there was a little confusion about running a play before the end of the quarter, and Melrose had a big loss.
That's true, Ron. It really stopped their momentum, and I think that was a smart timeout. They get a lot of timeouts here in high school football. That was a smart timeout. Gives them time to catch their breath, reset, and keep this drive going. They got 3rd down, about a yard to go, and they want to keep the momentum on their side. Just under 5 minutes left in the game, and I like what I see so far.
Yeah, you got to expect that Tewksbury is going to be loading up on the inside, looking for Jack Hickey. We'll see what they get. And the spot's everything here. And I think they might have a 1st down. I don't know. They're going to measure. I will say that they have it by 3 inches. So we're all totally dependent on the zebras now. Chain gang brings out the ball, and we can't see anything here, so it is a 1st down by the nose of the football. Eagle eyes from high above the field.
I think the ruling on the field, Ron, was that was a 1st down by about 3 inches. Is that what you called?
Pretty much. So Melrose keeps the drive alive, 4:30 on the clock and running. Well, Melrose would love to have a long scoring drive and just exhaust time here. split backs. Oh, Melrose looks confused again. McLaughlin and Hickey. Uh-oh, not there. Oh, Caffey comes down with it and runs it in. The ball looked like it was going to be intercepted. It was underthrown. Caffey knocked it up in the air, caught it, and took it in for the go-ahead score with 3:59 to go.
Certainly a crazy play, Ron, as Corellis put that ball up. Both players went up for it. It was anybody's ball. Fortunately, Melrose came down with it, and they get the score.
So a shocking turn of events of what could have been an interception turns into a Melrose touchdown, and they look to go up by 7. Cusalito to kick, high snap. Ball is down, kick is up, it is good. And Melrose leads 14-7 with 3:59 left on the clock in regulation.
Wow, what an exciting play. A lot of time left on the clock. We got just about 4 minutes left here. We know this Tewksbury offense is explosive. They got a lot of weapons. They got 3 guys in the backfield, all 3 with close to 1,000 yards this season, and they've been running the ball well against us today. So Melrose defense has got to play really, really strong and stand tall, just like they've been doing all day.
So Melrose came in as the heavy underdog in today's contest, and they have gone punch to punch, blow to blow with the Tewksbury Redmen, number 5 ranked in the state. A lot of time left to go here, and a lot of timeouts in high school football. 3:59 in regulation. Cusalito to kick off. We have DeFranzo. It's hard to see the numbers. Cusalito kicks it deep, down to about the 11. Tewksbury tries to take it outside, and they get handled about the 25-yard line. So excellent kick coverage. So if there was a time to have great coverage by the special teams, that was it. And it all comes down to the Melrose defense, who had a big responsibility tonight to control Tewksbury, and they're getting another chance here with 3:53 on the clock.
It's a fantastic kick by Mike Cusalito. Good return, but the Melrose was able to contain them.
Caffey, Padrini, Pizzotti deep. Hurdle, and Hurdle gets 5 tough yards there. So Tewksbury is a running team, and they're still running. They've shown no panic whatsoever today as far as getting away from the ground game.
Well, very easily could be 2nd and 10 for Tewksbury. Hurdle really put an extra effort in there to get those 5.
Yeah, great observation. Hurdle's a hard-working guy. Went down early in the game, but has come back with none the worse for wear. Tewksbury's in a spread formation, working to the short side of the field. Oh, what a fantastic defensive play by Zach Mercer. They had a screen set up against the grain, 2 blockers out in front. He came in and broke up the play for the 5-yard loss. Play of the day defensively.
Well, that's fantastic. I got to tell you, Tewksbury had a couple of options. They had a guy wide open on the near side with nobody in front of them. They chose to go the other way. Unfortunately, Melrose was there to make the big stop.
So it's 3rd and 10 from their own 25-yard line. 2:56 on the clock. Tewksbury takes a timeout.
Well, I got to say, Coach Morris must like what he sees. The program has really been growing. They're looking great this year. The middle school program had a fantastic season. Both teams did very, very well. The 5th and 6th grade team went 10-1, played a great game. They're conference champions. They beat Medford 13-12. I think I like what I see for years to come with this Melrose football program, Ron.
Well, you have to like the aggressiveness the team has shown throughout. They haven't played just to be on the field with the defending state championship. They've taken it to them. They've been aggressive on all 3 phases of the game, and they have a big chance to make a play here. 3rd and long. Morris back to pass, and he completes it to the outside. to, looks like number 8, Gajui. So first down for Tewksbury, 2:49 on the clock.
A great play for Tewksbury. They keep their hopes alive right there with that one. They get the first down. Still a long way to go. Melrose defense playing great all day.
1st and 10 on the 37. Trips left. Past a hurdle in the flat. Flag on the play, and that's probably going to be a hold on Sullivan. And it is a hold, so that one's coming back.
Tough break for Tewksbury right there. Great break for Melrose. That was a good gain. Hurdle making things happen, and Tewksbury's going to bring that one back.
So the ball will return to the 32-yard line. It'll be 1st and 15 now for Tewksbury. And
it'll be 1st and 14.
it's hard to, you know, I obviously don't know the rules on time, because before, after the penalty, the time ran. Now it doesn't run. Play action. Throws deep. Melrose has a chance. It's caught up, picked off by Pizzolatti at the 33-yard line. Melrose takes over with 2:33 left.
Boy, I gotta say, Ron, I am surprised. Tewksbury's been strong on the ground all day. They go to the air with a long pass, desperation, and Melrose picks it off.
Well, Melrose had the receiver bracketed with inside-out coverage, and the ball appeared to drift a little bit to the outside. Melrose first down on their own 34-yard line. Snap to Corellis. Hickey up the middle, running hard, gets about 2. And Tewksbury will probably take another timeout. It seems that timeouts are in almost infinite supply in high school football.
I agree, Ron. It's really tough. Melrose is, I'm not sure how much time on the clock, 2:27. I think they're going to want to try to get at least one first down here before they let the clock burn down. But, you know, Tewksbury, they desperately want to get that ball back.
You know, you get 5 timeouts, and I want to say that Tewksbury's taken 4, but I really don't know. Split backs again. McLaughlin to the right, Hickey to the left. Counter. Hickey gets maybe loss of a yard. So a tackle for a loss by Tewksbury. And yet another timeout.
And now it's Tewksbury trying to work against the clock here, get some time back, and desperately want to get that ball, get a possession, and try to get another shot at the end zone.
I wish the scoreboard kept an accurate count of timeouts, but if wishes were horses, then beggars would ride. So Melrose has 3rd and 9 from their own 35-yard line. Do you run and make Tewksbury use their millionth timeout, or do you go for a first down on a pass and hope to maintain ball control? Goes to Hickey, tries to turn the corner on the left, and he gets spun out of bounds, which is not a good outcome for Melrose at about the 41-yard line.
So Hickey with a good gain there, but not enough for the first down, so Melrose is going to have to send out the punting unit.
Yeah, ideally, you either get the first down or you get down and keep the clock moving. Colby Andrews into punt. Be a good time to see one get turned over here for him. Good snap. Andrews handles it. That one turns over nicely. Good kick inside the 15-yard line. Great kick by Andrews. So if there's a good time when we talk about getting the punt to turn over, that means get a spiral on the kick to get extra distance. And he certainly did, and Melrose got a good roll down to the 15.
A fantastic punt. They put the ball back on the 15. Tewksbury's got 85 yards to go to try to tie this one up. Not a lot of time left, and they're playing against an extremely strong Melrose defense.
2:07 in regulation. Tewksbury 85 yards away from a tie opportunity and a chance to either take the game into overtime or go for two. Melrose 2:07 from a defensive stand away from a trip to Gillette Stadium for the Super Bowl. Melrose still in their base defense. Morris rolls left. Oh, and it was tipped off of the receiver's hand. Pedrini had no shot at it. So it's incomplete pass. 2 minutes even left in regulation.
Boy, a close call. Almost another interception there from Melrose. That would have been the nail in the coffin for Tewksbury. Still a long way to go. Melrose playing solid.
Incredibly important for Melrose to play disciplined football. Whatever their assignments are, stick to it. Ultimately, you suffer the pain of discipline or the pain of regret in life. Back to pass. Morris throws to the outside. Sullivan pick up a 5. Gain of 5 cost him 6 seconds. 1:54 remaining on the game clock. Melrose leading 14-7 here on a frosty night at Cawley Stadium in Lowell.
Tewksbury wise to get out of the bounds to stop that clock. They're really trying to work the clock in their favor, and not much time left.
Trips left. Melrose up looking for the short stuff. Caught by Sullivan, hauled down immediately by Melrose seemed to think the ball was incomplete, but it looked like he had the ball. The officials conference over it, and it's going to be a completed pass. Ball's put in play. The clock will start to run. 1:47 on the clock. Morris back. And he's sacked at about the 26-yard line. Actually, he may have had a... No, it's behind the line of scrimmage, so it goes as a sack at the 25. Clock at 1:23 and running. Back to pass, rolling right. Good pressure. Oh, and Melrose had a chance to intercept. Ball was slightly underthrown. Would have been a great play if Zach Mercer had been able to come up with it. So it's 3rd and about 12 from their own 25-yard line. 1:09 on the clock.
I'm looking for him to go to Sullivan again in the air this time. They've been doing that all day when he's not running the ball, and they desperately need a first down here.
I think the best play they've had all day was the tight end toss down the middle before the half. So I might look to do that. You know, you bring both running backs out, flare them out on the A and B divide, you move the linebackers out and try to hit the tight end down the middle. We'll see what they do. Spread formation. Morris back to pass. He's got time. Throws to Sullivan, and he stopped short of the first down. One minute on the clock. Clock is running. Tewksbury probably has no timeouts, judging by the fact that they're not taking any here. 51 seconds on the clock. 4th down. 3 yards to go. Season in the brink for Melrose with a stop. Morris back to pass. Good rush. And he's going to scramble ahead. And he gets to the 49-yard line. First down, 35 seconds on the clock.
Look for Tewksbury to spike the ball here quickly to stop the clock. There's not much time.
Clock winds, 33, and it spikes it. Now, I have a rule of thumb in end-of-game situations, needing a touchdown. I've only seen this violated a very few times in over 50 years of watching football, embarrassingly. That is, you need 1 second for every yard that you have to go, plus you get 10 seconds for every timeout. So if you're on your own 20, you need 80 seconds. And if you had 3 timeouts, you'd have 1:10. So Tewksbury has 51 yards to go and 31 seconds to do that. I can only hope that my heuristic rule applies.
Well, let's hope so, Ron. 51 yards, that's a long ways to go against this Melrose defense. Certainly 31 seconds is not a long time to do it. Tewksbury definitely has an explosive offense. They can score, but Melrose is playing so strong today, it's going to be very difficult for them.
The advantage you have in high school and college is the clock stops on a first down, as opposed to professional football. Melrose has played an incredible game tonight. Execution, discipline, done everything they had to do. They had a break that Will Caffey turned into a touchdown. Great individual play. And we'll see if they can shut the door on the Redmen here in the final 31 seconds.
Boy, you couldn't ask for a more exciting game today, Ron. As Tewksbury gets set, they're going to look to see if they can't get that ball down the field.
Morris back to pass. He gets sacked at the 43-yard line. Clock running. 23 seconds. 20 seconds. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. They have to keep the ball in bounds. And the clock stops with 3 seconds to go. So the Redmen have an opportunity for a Hail Mary. Melrose has a chance to go to the Super Bowl with a stop here.
3 seconds, I don't know. Tewksbury looks confused out there too. They're not sure what to do with this. They got a long way to go to get this in there.
So Melrose, Tewksbury brings trips wide right. They've got 2 left. Good rush. He's brought down, and that's the ball game. Melrose goes to the Super Bowl. Tried to fumble it backwards, and Melrose is the champion of D3 North and will go to Gillette Stadium for the Super Bowl.
Unbelievable. That's 3 weeks in a row. Melrose has come up against a team as the underdog and gone away the victors. And what a fantastic game. It's going to be exciting to see them down in Gillette. How exciting is this, Ron?
Well, you have to feel for the players for Melrose and the coaching staff. Coach Morris, excellent chance of being Coach of the Year. And outstanding effort by offense, defense. They had key injuries, didn't matter, didn't stop the team. And they translate a season and off-season of hard work into championship play. So we can't say enough about the effort of all the people on the Melrose staff, the players. Congratulations to the families and all the supporters from Melrose, and they're going to have a chance to go to Foxborough in a little bit, well, in about 2 weeks from today. Melrose will will travel to Wakefield for Thanksgiving in an anticlimactic game, but I'm Ron Sen, and along with Mike Coleman, and we've watched one of the most exciting games in Melrose football history with a championship effort. Great job by everyone, and we are as happy as can be for all. Good luck.